support. I
Thank
look
you.
forward to the day that we can see each other again and share dinner at the chamber or something like that.
Yep, likewise.
All right, thank you so much. Well, I wanted to take a moment to introduce our executive director. Oh, I'm gonna hide you. Okay, Greg Stackey. Greg needs no introduction. He's been the leader of the bridge for more than 2 decades. He's directed us through this difficult time. Take a moment to hear from Greg Stackey.
Hi, this is Greg coming to you from home. Thanks for coming to our virtual gala and being part of this process and helping us raise needed funds for services. It's really been quite a couple of months, hasn't it? Early in March, it became clear that we were not going to be able to do business as usual, and we began moving services to virtual services via telephone and via video conference. And for the months of March and April, our service levels did not go down. So the staff and the children and families that we serve made the adjustment. We didn't really miss a beat. I'm very proud of everyone involved for that. But we're providing service at the same level we were before the pandemic and the governor's stay-at-home order. Pretty soon, we'll begin the process of reversing that, or at least I certainly hope so, that we'll begin moving some services back to the office when we're allowed and when the situation warrants that. And we'll have to kind of make an adjustment all over again to how we do services without the virus. So we'll be doing partial in office and partial continuing to do virtual. One of the things that has suffered during the pandemic and the stay-at-home order is fundraising. Obviously, we had to cancel our in-person gala. Otherwise, I'd be doing this from the stage at the San Filippo Estate rather than from my little home office area and library. People are anxious, obviously, and they're anxious about their personal economy. And so fundraising has become more difficult. And for that reason, I just can't thank you enough and appreciate the heck out of all of you that have decided to join in this virtual gala process or contribute to the fundraiser in some way. You probably know that the bridge raises about a third of its annual budget through giving, and that's money we have to re-earn every year, earning your trust. We've had to become even more flexible and work even harder to earn that. But healing at the bridge is happening. Services continue, the need continues. One of the things I want to touch on real quickly is just how kids are doing. As you might imagine, they're very anxious, tearful, and our staff is helping them cope as best they can with this unprecedented circumstance. But that one third of our budget that we need to raise through fundraising, we still need to raise through fundraising, and appreciate you being here to help us do that. I hope we have a little fun with it. I hope you have a little fun with it. And onward we go to a better and stronger community as a result of what we're all doing together. Thanks.
Well, I hope that you're having fun with it. I see a lot of our board members online. I wanted to take a moment to recognize one of our corporate sponsors, and that's BMO Harris Bank. BMO has been a supporter of the bridge for almost 2 decades. They are always a leader sponsor, and we just couldn't do this work without them. Please take a moment to view BMO Harris Bank's work in the community. It looks like we might be having some challenges with our video. And oh, I'm getting a lot of text messages. Let's talk about our auction. If you want to bid on our auction, you can go to www.bridgeyouth.givesmart.com. There's a lot of great items. I think Tia's going to join us and talk to us about some of the items in the bidding. Unmute yourself, Tia. So tell us about some of the items. I'm actually wearing the Kendra Scott necklace.
Yeah, we have 5 of those in our auction, and we're very excited about them.
Well, 4 now, because this one obviously belongs to me. So whatever the top bid is, this one is mine.
So you have 4, everybody, so get going on the bidding. We also have a really cool item this year, and there's actually a bidding war going on for it right now. It's a white Fender Squire Mustang guitar. Janet's actually going to pull it out so you guys can see it.
Oh my god.
That guitar, it's signed by Johnny Resnick and Robbie Takak. They're the founding members of the Goo Goo Dolls. And thank you to the Goo Goo Dolls, too, for donating this. It's awesome. So we're very
I
excited
can't
about
get
that.
that song slide out of my head now. Every time I think about the Goo Goo Dolls, I'm in that song. I can't play the guitar. I don't even know if I'm holding it the right way because I'm left-handed. I think I always hold it upside down. I
That
think
looks
that's it.
awesome.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, so tell us about the other items.
Yeah, so we have another really cool item that allows you to fly high with one trapeze class at Trapeze School.
Nah, I don't have a trapeze here.
That would be very impressive if you did. This package also includes 2 cocktail class vouchers to Koval, which is an urban craft distillery in Chicago. So it kind of has a little bit of fun and flair to that. Another one that I'm really excited about is the Galena tour. It's one night stay at the beautiful DeSoto House Hotel. It's actually Illinois' oldest operating hotel. It's been around since 1855, and you get breakfast included, so that's pretty awesome. And my personal favorite item is the Explore Napa Valley package, which gives you the opportunity to stay for 2 nights at the Andes Napa, which is right in the heart of Napa. It's a 4-star boutique hotel. It also includes 1 bike rental where you and your friend can go bike around Napa, see the wineries, see the grapes growing maybe. And what's really cool about this is that you can get wine to your house right now. We partnered with O'Connell Family Wines to offer an exclusive virtual wine tasting. So what they're going to do is
That's so fun.
they're going to send wine to your house, and a member of their team is going to get on Zoom and walk you through everything. So that's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, and then I have the box here, but I can't possibly lift it. But
Oh yes,
Tito's, that was a popular item too.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Everyone always loves it. I think there's a bidding war on that one too. So everybody get bidding. And if you have any questions on bidding or need any help, just email me at tjohnson@bridgeyouth.org.
Great. And again, tell us how people can get online to bid for items.
Yeah, so I'm going to send out you go to www.bridgeyouth.givesmart.com, and I'm also going to send out a text right now for everybody that got up to register. So you'll get a text that'll give you a link to register right away.
Fantastic. Thanks, Tia.
Thanks.
Well, I'm really excited about the auction and hope that everyone will bid. I know that we're going to keep it open for an hour longer than our event is. So the auction will officially close at 9 p.m. So if you're interested, make sure that you register to bid on items. And if you're interested in specific items, then you should make sure that you watch them. I think that now we have the BMO Harris Bank video ready. So if you would just take a moment to look at the video and see BMO's work in our community.
Help is what we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
I wanted to thank BMO. Like I said, they've been our supporters for almost 2 decades. And I know Jacob joins us. So thank you, Jacob. Thank you to everyone at BMO who not only lends their personal support, corporate support, but I know that they volunteered at our events also. So thank you so much for that. You know, since 1965, the Bridge and the mission of the Bridge has been to help young people and their families achieve social and mental health, regardless of their ability to pay. We help so many families who can't afford counseling in other places, and we help children from age 0 to 18, mostly through schools and municipalities, as the mayor mentioned. We also provide training and resources for 3,500 other members of the community. I know that young people have reached out to us for suggestions on how they can get their needs met their families have reached out to counselors asking for food, financial assistance, and I'm always so incredibly grateful to our counselors. They help families in ways that are so much more than just counseling. They also offer other resources in the community. So I just wanted to give a shout out to our master level counselors who help clients and their families in many, many other ways. I'd like to show a video that Ashley, one of our counselors, did on Facebook. She's a master level counselor that works with youth, crisis intervention. Is how she started as an intern, and this July she'll be with the Bridge for 2 years. She also conducts the Sparks training, which is structured psychotherapy for adolescents responding to chronic stress with trauma-informed care. She does a lot of workshops with pre and teenagers, counseling them to deal with a lot of the issues that they face, LGBTQ and gender identity issues, as well as trauma, depression, anxiety. Learning coping skills is really important for our clients that are going through therapies. And she did a really incredible video that helps families and children deal with stress and trauma and depression with learning to develop coping skills. So please take a moment and listen to Ashley's video.
My name is Ashley, and I'm one of the licensed child and family therapists at the Bridge Youth and Family Services in Pelham. Today I'm going to discuss 5 coping strategies that you can do right now. The first type we will explore are those coping skills that allow us to use our 5 senses: touch, hear, see, taste, and smell. Some examples of these are listening to music, using lotions and perfumes, lighting a candle with our favorite scent, petting animals, or snuggling up with our favorite blanket. Try to find items in your household that you can use to create your own items, such as stress balls, glitter jars, calming bags, or therapy. For instance, this is an example of a homemade stress ball I made. I simply found a balloon and put in some baking soda. You can also use flour or rice, baking powder, whatever you can find. Just depends on the texture that you're looking for. Right here is my calming bag. I found a Ziploc bag and I put some hair gel in it. I tried to find items around the house that were different shapes, sizes, colors, and then to finish it off, I either recommend double bagging it or taping the top to avoid anything from leaking. The second type of coping skills is distraction. Taking your mind off the issue for a little while is different than ignoring the problem. A metaphor I like to use with my clients is like when you're cleaning your room and you shove your mess into a stuffed closet and shut the door. Eventually, this door is going to swing wide open and the items are going to come pouring out, causing a bigger mess than there was in the first place. So with distraction, be mindful that you're not ignoring the problem, but you're rather taking a break and coming back to it when you're in a more mindful, capable state. The third type of coping skills is opposite action. This means to do something that is opposite of your impulse, which is consistent with a more positive emotion. For instance, if you're sad, I do not recommend watching a sad movie. Try to find something more uplifting that can possibly put you in a better mood. The fourth type of coping skills is emotional awareness. These tools are for identifying and expressing your feelings. Being aware of our feelings is super important. That way, we have a better sense of what our mind and bodies need. A great way to check in with our thoughts and feelings is by journaling. Another very useful way to express ourselves is through art. The fifth type of coping skills is mindfulness. Mindfulness is a way to center and ground ourselves in the present moment. The way I like to describe that to my clients is being truly present in the here and now. Don't think about anything other than what is happening in the very moment. This can be quite difficult to do, but the more you practice mindfulness, the easier it will become. Some great techniques to use to practice mindfulness include yoga, meditation, breathing techniques, and grounding techniques. Please remember to check in with yourselves and your loved ones. This has been extremely difficult, but having the tools in your coping toolbox can help you push forward. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you all remain safe and healthy.
Thank you, Ashley. You know, at the Bridge, we provide life-changing therapy for more than 500 children each year, but the need is greater. There are more than 17,000 children in the Palatine School District alone. And according to studies, most of the children in the nation have faced some kind of adverse childhood experience in their lifetime. An example of this could be violence in their home or in the community, losing a parent due to divorce or incarceration, experiencing violence or abuse or neglect. Of those that the Bridge helps, 3 out of 4 have experienced a high level of trauma, and an overwhelming majority have witnessed violence, have been victims of abuse, or have been permanently separated from their parents. And unfortunately, these experiences can define the rest of their lives. The Bridge provides mental health counseling to support both the English and Spanish-speaking families in our community and help them cope with depression, anxiety, and any trauma they might face. We provide counseling and parent education as well, mental health therapy and youth mentoring. We also respond to crisis interventions 24/7, every day of the week, every month of the year, and that's for locked out, homeless, or runaway youth. I mentioned before that we simply can't do our work without the support of corporate partners, and I mention another one now. I'd like to especially thank one of our principal sponsors, Indigo Credit Union. Take a moment to learn more about them.
Hello, my name is Gilberto, but you can call me Gil. Today I'm here representing Indigo Credit Union, where as of June 1st, 2020, have officially merged with Consumers Credit Union, bringing to you Indigo, a division of Consumers Credit Union. Our locations are all throughout the Chicagoland area, so what's stopping you? Do you know the difference between a bank and a credit union? Credit unions, when they make profit, we give that back to our members in forms of better rates and lower fees. So why haven't you joined us yet? Why not join an institution that sees you as a person and not as a number? I'm going to throw it on to my friend Julie, who's going to tell us a little bit about how Indigo, the division of Consumers Credit Union, is involved in the community.
Thanks for the high five, Gil. Julie Seeloff here, Community Relationship Manager at Indigo Credit Union, and we are a community credit union, and that means that you don't have to belong to a specific business in order to become a member. And we are a community credit union, and that also means that we support local not-for-profits like the Bridge Youth and Family Services, and we truly believe in the work that you're doing, and it is an honor for us to be able to sponsor your event. And other ways that we invest in the community is through park districts, local chambers, businesses, and other not-for-profits. And we don't do this because we have to, but we do it because it's a credit union model of people helping people. And if you want more information, you can visit indigo.org. Thank you so much.
We're really grateful to have Indigo support this year. They're a first-time sponsor of the Bridge, and they are an important resource in the community. And Julie is a pleasure to work with, so I really appreciate that she's a supporter and she's partnered with us. Unfortunately, we were unable to have a live client speaker at our event today. Usually, we do have someone come and speak at our galas, but I'd like to share an experience from a previous live event that we've had before. Ariel is a former mentee. She was 8 years old when she came to the Bridge, and she was very shy. Her parents had just gotten divorced, and her mom wanted Ariel to develop some social skills, increase her trust and confidence, and help her improve her self-value. She wanted an additional role model in her life, and therefore she brought her to the Bridge, to the mentoring program. And while Ariel has graduated from the program, she's 20 years old now, and she has her CNA degree, and I know that she's going back to school in the fall to study business. She's now a junior mentor, and she's helping other young mentees become acclimated to the program. So take a moment and listen. It's a video that's taken out of gala, so I hope that you'll be patient with the sound, but her message is still just really as important to hear. So take a minute to listen to Ariel.
As Kat was saying, I've been in the program for 10 years, almost 11. I've had 3 mentors throughout all those years, and they came at different stages of my life, which have helped me develop to the person I am today. And I am so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for this program. My first mentor was Liz. Lisa. Liz is great too. Lisa, she was there when I was younger, when I had to learn to care for others and share and ask, care about people's people's feelings and stuff like that. And it was great. I learned to share with others, to care for others, to ask if someone got hurt, to ask if they were okay and things like that. My next mentee or mentor was Kelly. Kelly was a little younger, so I had her through high school, transition high school. We talked a lot about boys and how I had to go to school and maybe what I wanted to do when I grew up, because you gotta start planning. And then I met Pat towards the end, like I'm graduating, and she has been like a huge help. As she was saying, we'd go to the library like once a week, and we would spend 4 hours just typing an essay or applying to college. And it helped me so much, just the program and the mentees, that even if the mentee wasn't my mentee, they'd still pick me up from home and drive me to an event. And it was just amazing. I felt like really loved and just, cherished there. And I'm happy to say like I'm a junior mentee because of mentor. And just I love it. I don't know what else to say. Some of my favorite things are definitely the camping trip, which Pat isn't too fond of, and sometimes I'm not either with all the mosquito bites, but that's definitely one big role I take on to be a junior mentor is Liz will tell me to look after so-and-so and, try to connect with them, try to get them comfortable for spending the night, in the wild. And, and that helped me grow up as I was like maybe in 8th grade or something. Starting to do that helped me realize like I had to start taking on roles that I would have to do when I was older. And it helped me to become the person I am today, to be so more independent. And yeah. Search projects now. Every single one I've done, I've wanted to do multiple times. Like the blanket one, making blankets, we finally did that again. And I was just sitting there, I could have done those blankets over and over again. It was so much fun. And we'll bake cookies for our nursing home. And the kids love doing it. You're just decorating cookies. And then like a few weeks later, you'll do your own activity because we get cherished for helping the community, and we'll go swimming, and that's just up to helping the community. You learn that if you do a good thing, you'll get a good thing in return, and it's nice to learn that at a young age. So.
Well, as Representative Morrison mentioned, definitely the seniors in our community that need help, and I know that besides helping seniors, our mentors and mentees have been doing a lot of work around the community to help those that have been challenged through these times. I want to take a moment and thank the seniors in the mentor program who have graduated this year. I know that they might have had some challenges with not being able to recognize that. So I just wanted to say that here. Congratulations. Research shows that mentoring improves school attendance and performance, reduces negative behavior, and decreases the likelihood of any kind of negative behaviors, drug use, and good interactions with the community. And there's a good reason why there's been a mentoring program at the Bridge for 30 years. I think it's really great that we've been able to get together, and while we've been spending the last few weeks in our home sheltering in place, I know that this easy comfort may not be the reality for many of the families and children that we help. And sometimes we have to recognize when people say that it's a blessing in disguise, it might not be the case for everyone. And it's sometimes not the case for every family or every child. I know that there are some statistics that have shown that child abuse has risen during these times, 30 to 50% nationwide. And I think that's a pretty staggering statistic, and it's very sad. I know that 1 in 4 children that we help at the Bridge have witnessed some kind of abuse, either in their family or themselves. So if you're wondering what you can do to help and to make a difference, now's your chance. If you registered at www.bridgeyouth.givesmart.com, you can make a donation that way, or you can text to give Bridge Youth to 76278. That's right. Or you can mail a check to the Bridge at 721 South Quinton. There's also some directions on how you can make a donation if you got a text message that we just sent out to you if you're registered. So I want to take a moment to see what our donations are at and to thank people that have made some donations online. So Tia, there's our There's our thermometer. So thank you to Jim and Mary Esposito and to Steve and Deborah Cole. I know that it's kind of over to the side. Here we go. Michael and Deborah Strauss. Thank you so much for your support. Steve Whited, thank you for your support. Mary Landerman, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. And Jerry and Linda Chapman. Well, if you want to make a donation, you can text Bridge Youth Pamela Byrne, thank you, 76278. We will be accepting donations, obviously, through Alpha Night and into tomorrow and next week if you'd like to make a donation. Our goal is to raise $30,000 through donations, and then also we have our auctions. So if you wanted to make a difference, for $5,000, you can fund all the services at the Bridge for a day. And what that means really is all of our counselors, all of our crisis intervention specialists, our mentoring program leader, every program that we do is directed to help families and youth to achieve mental and social health. So if you'd like to make a donation at the $5,000 level, that's what that will support. If you'd like to make a donation at the $2,500 level, that supports the client for one day. 80% of our clients are on a pay scale, on a sliding pay scale. So if you can't afford services at the Bridge, then those donations help pay for that for however long that client needs services and for however long their family and the counselor decides that they need to come to the Bridge. If you'd like to make a donation at the $1,000 level, that funds a week in a shelter for a locked out or runaway teen. Having the capacity to respond to an immediate crisis and de-escalate the situation without more formal police involvement or more escalating forms of intervention allow us to prevent further incidences to occur. So the goal of our crisis intervention specialists and to this program is to reunify the youth with their family. $1,000 helps us make arrangements for them for temporary safe shelter until they can be reunified with their family. If you'd like to make a donation at the $500 level, this funds an all-day training for a group of new volunteers. We talked about the mentors with Ariel. They're vital to our work, and we depend on this dedicated group of volunteers to help us. The largest need coming from our youth advocacy program. As you heard before, the Bridges Advocacy Program matches adult role models with children ages 7 to 15 will benefit from that added role model in an adult match one-on-one and help them develop better social, emotional, and academic skills. This training and orientation is ongoing, and donation at that level at $500 will support that. If you'd like to donate at the $300 level, this will fund a child's participation in a 6-week social skills session. You heard Ashley talk about coping skills, and really what that is to help kids with their peer connections, with their communications to their peers and within themselves. They learn how to give them the opportunity to build their social skills within a small group setting while focusing on topics such as beginning and maintaining peer relationships and overcoming social obstacles. So they also learn how to recognize emotions in themselves and others and to utilize better coping skills like we talked about. The support at the $300 level will help support our therapists who conduct and lead these groups, such as Ashley. $100 will fund an initial intake session for a family. There's so many families that are reaching out to us right now to help them deal with the current situation and health crisis we find ourselves in. Support at this level really helps us provide our initial assessments and therapists, and whether they're at our office, virtually, at hospitals, police stations, or schools, a donation at $100 will help fund this. Healing is happening at the Bridge, and we understand that this is a challenging time, and for many of you, it might be also an economically challenging one, and you might not be in a position to make a donation. And I hope you know that when we say every donation counts, we really mean it. You can make a difference and have an impact on hundreds of young people in our community. Thank you so much to those who have donated. I hope that you will consider making a donation if you haven't already. Our auction again will close at 9. And if you'd like to bid on some items, I hope that you'll do that. I know that we've gotten to just about $18,000, so we're close to our goal. If you can, take out your phone. If you're watching us, you'll have to do it on another device, but hopefully you can make a donation and support the Bridge Youth and Family Services. Well, I see it's 8:07. I apologize for going later. This has definitely been a night for the record books. As the mayor said, in our over 50 years, we've never canceled an event or had it virtual. So I really appreciate you coming here tonight and joining us for this virtual as the new black tie. Your support is so important to us, to help young people and their families that come to the bridge and seek counseling. The program's over. The auction is not. It'll stay open until 9. I hope that you'll take a moment to look at that. Once again, to register to make a donation, you can visit www.bridgeyouth.givesmart.com. So you may have guessed that our agency, the Bridge Youth and Family Services, gets its name from the Simon and Garfunkel song "Bridge Over Troubled Water." And don't blame me if you sing it for the rest of the night. The lyrics say, "If you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind." This song has been sung by many artists in many different groups, but none so close to home as the Friend Choir that spread across the street from the bridge. This song is a tradition of their choir in their final concert each year, and this year they performed it virtually in their homes. And I've gotten special permission from their choir director, Mrs. Collins, to show it tonight, and I hope that you'll take a moment to listen to it. So stick around after I sign off to hear that special rendition. I hope that the rest of the summer is filled with good news, healing, hope, blessings, love. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your help. That's helped so many young people in our community. From my heart to yours, thank you and good night. Here you go, the Friends Choir.
I'll be your bridge of troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge of troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough, and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, my Lord, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. I'll be your bridge of troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge of troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you ever need a friend, look around and sailing high. My love is I believe your heart. My love is over troubled water. I will ease your mind. I'll be your bridge over troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge over troubled water. I will let, I will let me know.